Hello guys, good afternoon and welcome back to another Doctor Who review. Now last time I did my review on the War Games. Now if you have enjoyed that review, then please keep up with the support on that video, because that took so long for me to record and also to edit as well. It took a week's worth of editing and filming. But thank goodness it has been giving so much appreciation, and I have to say, thank you everyone for supporting and giving me so many nice comments about the War Games review. I thought I would be getting so many negatives about the War Games review because of its length, but the content in there is so in-depth. I just have to say thank you for just keeping up with my channel, and I'm going to be doing more videos more often. And so with today's review, I've decided to review a box set which I completely forgot about, that I really needed to review this. We are still going to do the top 10 1960s stories, or should I say my top 10 1960s stories, but I'm going to do it a bit later on, or for another time. But for today's review, I decided to review a one-in-a-lifetime essential Doctor Who box set that you definitely need to pick up, and it is the Lost in Time box set. Now I have to say that for many Doctor Who fans, this is one brilliant essential piece of Doctor Who DVD content that you seriously need to pick up. This really gives us the pleasure to watch all the missing episodes that may come with all of the other missing stories in the entire Doctor Who universe. In Doctor Who, there have been many times of where Doctor Who stories have been wiped and destroyed back in the 1970s, and we couldn't uncover all of them, unfortunately. Most of them have been found and been animated or been into reconstruction DVD releases, but unfortunately for most of them, they have been completely destroyed or completely lost forever. And so we are still searching for more missing episodes, and we're just hopeful that the next missing episode may come our way, and there could be a potential, struck reason of where we could possibly get a DVD release. It could be the Savages, the Smugglers, the View from the Deep. Who knows? Who knows what missing episodes may come up? But I can tell you for sure that we've had so many great moments throughout the past 2 years. We've had The Underwater Menace in 2015, and we've had the Power of the Daleks DVD release in 2016. So what's going to come next for 2017? I hope Doctor Who and the BBC are looking forward to recovering another missing episode, and hopefully making another DVD release for another missing episode. That's what I hope. But I have to say, for this box set, I absolutely love it, and it really gives us so much pride to watch all of the missing episodes from all the possible missing stories that are still missing out there. But the 1970s was the decade of where the BBC decided to trash all of the Doctor Who episodes and to basically get rid of them all, and in place for space, so they could put more Doctor Who stories. So they decided to trash all of the other Doctor Who episodes, and so unfortunately most of our Doctor Who story and most of the episodes as well have not been found, such as stories like View from the Deep, the Savages, the Smugglers. All of these entire stories, the entire episodes of their story arc, have not been found. They have been completely destroyed or completely lost forever. And I have to say that this box set really reflects on the 1960s of how unlucky they were. Most of their stories completely lost forever. But thank goodness we have loads and loads of different stories in the 1960s to reflect on how brilliant the 1960s was, and just shows and reflects how unfortunate they were of how most of their brilliant ultimate missing episodes are still missing today, especially View from the Deep and the Daleks Master Plan and all the other special Doctor Who stories as well. And so we have no idea what the next DVD release of a missing story could be. Who knows? But I have to say that with this box set, we have so many different episodes to enjoy. We have 18 different episodes from different stories, 4 audio commentaries, and even so we have 14 pieces of survival footaging and surviving clips from all different episodes, from all different stories. And I have to say that this is the most essential Doctor Who box set to have in your collection. And I highly recommend you pick this up for reasons of exploring the 1960s and exploring of how unfortunate they were to have most of their episodes completely lost forever. And unfortunately that story is lost as well. But at least there are some episodes, especially like the Abominable Snowman, the Space Pirates, they only have one episode found, but at least we can learn so much from that episode, and we could probably tell what the overall rating could be of that story, or you never know. But I have to say that most of the episodes in this have been converted onto DVD, especially episodes like The Underwater Menace, The Moonbase, The Enemy of the World, and The Web of Fear. All of these stories, all those episodes, have been converted onto DVDs, such as The Web of Fear, completely found and been, put onto DVD, as well as The Enemy of the World. But with The Underwater Menace, they had put reconstruction in place, and as you know from my review that I did on the other one, from The Underwater Menace, bad reconstruction. But with the Moonbase, they completely animated those other two missing episodes, and it became a really fan favourite of mine, and I absolutely loved the Moonbase. And I really have to say that the Lost in Time box set really reflects on how the 1960s was the decade of where all of their missing stories were completely unique. And unfortunately we may never get to see again Fuel from the Deep, The Savages, or maybe The Smugglers, who knows. But I really want to show you and review this entire box set for what it is. There's completely 3 discs of brilliant Doctor Who missing episode content. And we have to enjoy and experience these entire episodes in order to fully understand of how lucky we are to have so many episodes still survive today because of the BBC. And so I have to say that with all the missing episodes that we have in this box set, I would have to say that Disc 1, Disc 2 and Disc 3 are all unique in some certain shape or way. And so with Disc 1 is the William Hartnell missing episodes that don't have their own DVD release, but most of their surviving episodes are all within this Disc 1. So we have The Lion, The Wheel of Fortune, episodes 1 and 3 of The Crusade. And as you know, I did a review on The Crusade, and so if you haven't checked that out, then please do check it out. I really liked The Crusade, and I liked those 2 episodes as well, so I give The Crusade, as I did in my review, an 8 out of 10. And then we have The Day of Armageddon, Counterplot, and Escape Switch, episodes 2, 5 and 10 of the Daleks Master Plan. And as you know, the Daleks Master Plan is a brilliant, magnificent 12 episode story. It's much longer than the War Games, but as I said again in the War Games review, the Daleks Master Plan has more drag, but with the War Games, very little drag. But I would have to say that my favourite out of the 3 episodes from the Daleks Master Plan is The Day of Armageddon, because I really like that episode. Counterplot, okay. Then Escape Switch is a really good one as well. And so I would have to say that for the Daleks Master Plan, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10, because I really like The Day of Armageddon. I think that's a really, really good episode. Counterplot, they basically get stuck in a room, so I'm not going to go in huge detail on what happens in each episode. I'm just going to give you my overall rating of what I think of each story, and because of those missing episodes. And Escape Switch, the Meddling Monk comes back in it, but it's a really good episode as well. And then the final episode of Disc 1 is The Final Test, episode 4 of The Celestial Toymaker. Now I have to say that with the audio disc of The Celestial Toymaker, I would have to say that The Celestial Toymaker is based on more visual content. And so episode 4, since we are very lucky to have episode 4 of The Celestial Toymaker, I would have to say that The Celestial Toymaker is probably my favourite episode in this entire disc. I would have to say it may, come close with The Day of Armageddon, but I think that The Final Test is so brilliant. And also on the disc we have soundtracks from episodes 4 and 2 of this Crusade, introduction to episodes 1 and 3 of The Crusade from William Russell, surviving clips from the Daleks' master plan, the smugglers and the 10th planet, film footage showing the making of the smugglers on location, and an 8-minute off-screen footage from various episodes. And so that is disc 1 from the William Hartnell era, from all of his missing episodes. And I have to say that the missing episodes are still missing today are Marco Polo, The Crusade, Galaxy 4, Mission to the Unknown, The Mythmakers, The Daleks' Master Plan, The Massacre, The Celestial Toymaker, The Savages, and The Smugglers. Also including the 10th planet, but also the Reign of Terror as well. But most of those DVDs there have been converted into reconstruction or in animation, so I would probably class them as not lost at all, because they have been found and they have been animated or completely restored in some certain shape or way. Right, moving on to disc 2, we have episode 3 of The Underwater Menace. I'll say episode 3 of The Underwater Menace is the strongest, so I have to give that a 6 out of 10. The Moonbase episode 2 and the Moonbase episode 4, both of those episodes I really like, so I have to give both of them 9.9 out of 10, because I love the Moonbase, and if you've seen my review on the Moonbase, then certainly I love the Moonbase, certainly to bits. The Faceless Ones, episodes 1 and 3, I really like the Faceless Ones, and I think it's just so brilliant and truly underrated. So I have to give both of Faceless Ones, episode 1 and 3, both 9 out of 10, because they are certainly great episodes. And of course, to finish off disc 2, we have The Evil of the Daleks part 2. As you know, Evil of the Daleks, brilliant story, and so I have to give episode 2 of The Evil of the Daleks a 9 out of 10. And also there is a also on the disc there are soundtracks from the 1st and 3rd episodes of the Moonbase, surviving clips from The Power of the Daleks, The Highlanders, The Underwater Menace, and The Macra Terror. BBC One trailer for The Power of the Daleks, The Last Dalek, a short film with commentary showing the making of The Evil of the Daleks at Ealing Film Studios, and an 8-minute off-screen footage showing from various episodes. So that is disc 2. And to finish off the Lost in Time box set, we have disc 3. I would have to say that I quite like disc 3 because there are 2 episodes in the disc which I already have already. Now it's The Enemy of the World episode 3. As you know, I rate The Enemy of the World 10 out of 10 performances. And The Web of Fear episode 1, so atmospheric, with Based on the Siege goodness, and 9.5 out of 10. And then we have 4 of the missing episodes which I haven't got in my collection, but I really do like these episodes. The Abominable Snowmen episode 2, I really like that. I think episode 2 was more than my favourite, and it is the one that truly exists. I haven't seen the Abominable Snowmen in its entire, but I have seen episode 2 and I think it's really a really great episode, so I have to give it a 9 out of 10 for it. And now we come to a very underrated Cyberman story, The Wheel in Space, which only has episodes 3 and 6 remain. But I have to say that The Wheel in Space is truly underrated, and I really, really enjoy both episodes from The Wheel in Space. I think it's really atmospheric, and so I have to give both of those episodes 9 out of 10 because they're certainly brilliant, and also it's a truly underrated story that really needs to be recovered. If they find another 2 episodes of The Wheel in Space, they could possibly animate the rest and put it onto DVD, so that would be really fantastic if they did that. And then my least favourite out of the entire Lost in Time box set is The Space Pirates episode 2. And so, although it's an okay sort of episode, there's really not much more to go on with The Space Pirates. Not many people would say that it is a truly underrated story, and many people really class it as a very dull story. But I don't know, I haven't probably seen all of it, but from episode 2 I can tell you that I really wasn't into it. So I'd have to give it a 5 out of 10, why not? Also on the disc we have surviving clips from The Abominable Snowmen, The Web of Fear, Fury from the Deep, The Wheel in Space, and The Space Pirates. So many surviving clips from those stories. Film footage showing the making of The Abominable Snowmen on location, and Fury from the Deep in the studios. That's really fascinating. I think my favourite clips from the Fury from the Deep is basically of the Mr. Quill and the and that other guy coming into somebody's room and putting out so much gas effect within like the entire room. I think it's so atmospheric. And really, Fury from the Deep, unfortunately, we don't have any episodes of Fury from the Deep. Would it be such a surprise if we did? My gosh, we would certainly be living in a state of heaven. If all of the missing episodes were found, completely good, in great condition, it would be such a joy to have to watch all of those stories in one go and watch all of the missing stories that have been lost for many years. But I know we're not in dreamland, but I can possibly say that maybe in the next couple of months or maybe in the next couple of years there could be a potential next missing episode to be found, and you never know, it could be a possible 2 episodes, so you never know really. And so also there's a documentary called The Missing Years, a documentary about the missing episodes in Doctor Who, and additional material narrated by Fraser Hines and Deborah Watland, Jamie and Victoria. And so really guys, I have to say that within this entire box set, I have to say that you should definitely pick it up, and it is my favourite box set out of my entire collection. And really, you should definitely pick it up for many reasons. I have explained all of those reasons is that we have potential possibilities, and those are theories that many of the missing episodes could be potentially be found this year or perhaps in the next couple of years, but we're not 100% sure. We always need to wait. We need to wait patiently and just hope that many of the missing episodes come back and they are restored and found, and therefore there could be a potential DVD release for another missing story. And it is the essential box set to have in your Doctor Who collection. Definitely put it in your DVD collection, because you are missing out big time for what missing episodes are truly about in the 1960s, and so unfortunate that loads of their brilliant missing stories are still lost today. But you never know. All we can do is hope, pray and wait for another missing episode to come back onto our screens, and potentially it could lead to another possible DVD release of another fantastic missing story. And so whatever story could come back or could be potential be a DVD release, all we have to do is just look forward to it and hope that it could be one of the best stories that we could possibly have. Maybe Fury from the Deep, The Wheeling Space, The Abominable Snowman, The Daleks Master Plan. Who knows? Who knows could it be? But there's so many possibilities of what it could be and what it could not be. But guys, thank you for watching for this entire review on the Lost in Time box set. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do give a like. Also comment your views on this box set if you have it. And please do subscribe to my channel if you are new. And so guys, thanks for watching for this entire review. And I highly recommend you pick this up for many reasons to explore all of the missing content of missing stories, and also to enjoy what missing of the surviving episodes we still have of all those stories that might be missing still out there. But all I have to say is guys, thanks for watching for this entire review, and I will see you guys for the next review, which will be my top 10 1960s stories to conclude the 1960s to a complete finish to my Doctor Who marathon. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys for my top 10 1960s stories. See you guys later.